Morning, Lou, or afternoon. Where are you? Can you hear me, Lou?
And how you doing, buddy?
Mary Ann, can you hear me?
I can.
How you doing, Al?
How about now, Lou?
I can hear you.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You and Mary Ann are on the line. Or Mary Ann? Yeah, Mary Ann.
Hi.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, Lou.
How are you?
You guys get the award for being first. I mean, when was the last time a realtor was on time?
Hey, man, I'm always on time. Well, not always, but
I like to
try
be
to be.
early.
yeah, right.
Well,
On time.
I deal with agents that don't even have the right day of week, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
We know that, man. We
It's
know
hard
that.
sometimes to keep it together, but we try our best.
So we got 15 scheduled to attend, and I think 5 already have the system. Like Barbara's coming.
Yep.
Who else? Megan. There's 3 or 4 that I recognized as current subscribers. There's Lynn Martinelli. Or Martelli. Hello, Lynn.
Head unmute. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm up in the big city of Scranton. I'm glad everything's okay down there.
You guys getting some snow?
Yes, it's snowing as we speak.
You know what? It's snowing here too, Al.
Just flurries.
Yeah, a
That's all
little
right.
bit.
Here's Erica. Afternoon, Erica. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Erica's one of our current users.
Yes.
Here comes Leanne Capitola. Boy, Lou, you run a tight ship down there.
You have no idea.
How tight he runs it?
Yeah.
So is everyone able to see me? Because I'm not showing myself on video here.
I'm going to make everybody a panelist so you can show your video. Promote the panelist.
Oh, okay. It's not my side then. Okay.
Yeah, it's not your, I don't think it's, for some reason, you have to do it twice with me.
So join as panelist. Yep.
Join as panelist.
Okay. There we go. I think we're good. Now I just got to get rid of. There we are.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get Leanne in here if she wants to show some video. Mhm. I can't get Lou as a panelist. I don't know why, but we all know what he looks like.
I better we don't see him.
You guys can see my screen's changing, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I guess I should probably put my mic on.
I was able to hear you, but that's much better now.
Yeah. Just realized it was over on the couch.
You're cutting some CDs behind you there with all those instruments, huh, Lynn?
Yeah. Play a few of them in my spare time.
Spare time. Who's got spare time?
Yeah, exactly right. Why I keep them close by. I can grab one off the wall real quick.
What time do we have? Let's give everybody another minute. Hey, Lou, you can hear me? Lou? Where'd Lou go? He's still there.
I hear him talking.
He does a lot of that. You know that. I've been working with Lou for about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years since he was back at Coldwell Banker in Conshohocken.
That's actually the office I was with just before. Well, I was in the interim somewhere, but I started back in the business with Lou in 2015 over in Conshohocken.
Oh, all right. Maybe we
And then
met
he-
before.
And then he left me.
He left you. He went ROG, ROG. instead of ROG.
He went to start, yeah, and I kind of waited in limbo for him to get settled in, and here I am.
All right. So 5 years later, 6 years. Okay.
He left a few years after I came to his office.
Donna Matson, can you hear me, Donna?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good. You could stay muted if you want, or you want to just ask questions whenever, anything you guys want to do. And I realize that it's the last of the month. You guys are probably doing the closings and everything, but when Lou found out that we had this special running in November, saving agents about $250, you know, he said, my agents have to see this. So if they can't, we'll send them a copy of this. But for the agents that are on the call now, what we got is a, you know, like a 35% off discount, if you will, from what other agents are paying in the ROG system. So we're an ROG endorsed, you know, email marketing program, put it that way. We're about all they have inside of their toolbox for the agents. Lou, are you still there now? You gonna introduce me or what?
I am here. Yeah, I had somebody showed up at the door. I had to go get the door. So how many people are on the call, Al?
We
You
got
know?
7 right now.
Okay, so I will introduce Al. I've been using this home actions system, gosh, I'd say for coming up on probably about 10 years. I used it and I continue to still use it in my sales business. And we have, over the course of the past year, started using it for our company as a recruiting and exposure tool. And so I've known Al for about 10 years. Al also, way back prior to Home Actions, started a company many of you may know by the name of eNeighborhoods back in the day.
Down in Bristol, and a lot of trips to Bristol, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So I've known Al for a long time, and this product, for me, I mean, honestly, I would not endorse it if I didn't use it. I would not be endorsing it. I think it's one of the best stay in touch systems out there for agents, because you can stay as involved as you want in what goes out on a bi-weekly basis, or you can set it and forget it and just know that your contacts are your database is being contacted with quality content every 2 weeks, and any articles that they open or read, I automatically get notification that they open the article, what the article's about. So it gives me a reason to follow back up. So I'll leave it at that, and then I'll let Al do his thing. So thank you, Al, for being here.
Yeah.
And show's yours.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Lou.
Lee,
Okay,
Lou.
so again, my name is Albert. I'm up in Scranton, just a short hop up the Northeast Extension. And as Lou mentioned, we've been playing around with him for about 10 years. And then before that, well, 10 more years below that, 20 years ago, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents when I was at eNeighborhoods over in Bristol. And it was the first time that agents started getting their hands on email addresses and AOL and Genie and Prodigy. They were the only 3 that were around back then. So the agents kept telling us, hey, build us something that, have to do with this internet thing and email addresses. I don't know what they are, but everybody's got one. So that's what we did. We started building content, pushing it out on behalf of the agent. So our whole mission here is to help agents improve their numbers. We all know that real estate's a numbers game. So what we're trying to do here is have you guys understand the best possible way to nurture relationships, get more relationships in the door, nurture them, get value out of them, intelligence, if you will. As Lou mentioned, we know what people click on, what they share, and then finally protect that database. So when I ask agents, why can't they do the best possible job of staying in touch? They say, Al, I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I'll guarantee you, everybody on this call right here, out of 10 agents, 9 of them don't have a clean, reliable database. When we started working with Lou, when he cut over from Coldwell Banker to ROG, we went in and built his database. He didn't have one either. So what we're all about is improving your numbers at real estate by giving you the opportunity to have a content philosophy, or we have the philosophy. We're just going to make it look like it's yours. Okay, because that's what consumers want, is verifiable information. It's hyper local. It's not fluff. It's not chicken pot pie recipes. And what I've been hearing the last year or so is agents telling me they're not getting any leads off the internet, but boy, they have a lot of follows and a lot of likes. Well, that doesn't mean allegiance from your database, okay? That doesn't mean that somebody's going to sleep, eat, and breathe your brand when it comes to real estate or thinking about real estate. So what we do is we portray you as an advocate, watching out for everything that's going on in the home of your clients, prospects, and friends. Now, getting back to that first problem, when we work with agents, we know, and we ask them the first question, and we know there's no response for it, or no good response. Okay, let's get your database into Home Actions. And they look at you like you have 10 different heads, okay? But the idea is that 9 out of 10 agents don't have a clean, reliable database. So we're going to go into all these systems and others. In fact, you know, it's funny, I see trend up there, right? That's been, we should probably update this to Bright. But anyway, so no matter where you have contacts, we're going to be able to go in, export them, clean them all up, and build you a new database. Because I'm telling you, chances are right now you're missing email addresses. They're in iCloud, they're in AOL, the old Hotmail, wherever. We're going to get those out for you and get them cleaned up, and we're going to get them nurtured. Now, on the left-hand side here, you'll see an example of the top part of a newsletter. Every 2 weeks, this newsletter goes out. It's not once a month, it's every 2 weeks. We provide all the content. We do the sending, the unsubscribing, everything that needs to be done, because Megan, frankly, doesn't have time to do everything that we do for her. Okay, so we're constantly adding fresh content to her system. Look at her first article there, and we work with her to do this. All she has to do is give us MLS ID number, and we put that listing she has in Percy first in the newsletter. Now, she knows who clicks on that article. And that's what Lou was talking about a little while ago, was this is all a big conversation starter scheme, if you will. You know what's on their mind because they just read an article 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes ago, since you sent your newsletter out. Okay, so when they click these articles, everything is tracked. Look at her second article there. If there's one thing you can learn from me today, everybody you know wants to know what's sold down the street, when, and for how much. Okay. And if they have to go to Zillow to find that out, or to homes.com or realtor.com, you're going to lose them because they're going to get stuck in those quagmires called portal sites. So we want them getting all this information from you. So as soon as somebody clicks that green sold sign, because we told them to, they're going to see their zip codes. We'll show you in a couple seconds, but it starts out as a conversation starter, ends up as a conversation starter because you're not, excuse me, now you have something to talk about. Mike's been with us for a couple, I think 5 years or since Lou started there. They've got, I think, 1,600 going out in their database every 2 weeks. So again, what we're all about is cementing that relationship, building allegiance, and it also works with teams, right? Bev's been with us about, Bev, were you on the call? I don't know where Bev is. She said she was going to be on the call. Yeah, she's there. Bev, you're on mute, but that's okay. Bev's had this for about 3 or 4 months, or I'm sorry, I think 3 years. Bev, can you speak up for a second? Maybe Bev. Oh, Bev, there you are. Hey, Bev.
Hey, how are you?
Good. If you can give me a little glimpse as to how the team is liking the system. And, you know, we put your picture on the screen there to show that, yes, it does work for teams.
Mm-hmm. We like it a lot. We like the fact that once someone opens an article, it gives us an opportunity to reach out to them. I typically tend to call my clients. I know that I think Krista emails them, I'm not sure, but it's just a nice way of keeping our name out there. And again, I like to have an excuse to reach out to people and call them in person.
Yeah, we call that a conversation starter. You call it an excuse. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because many times agents are going to have email addresses and they have no idea where it came from. And I'll say to them, well, maybe that was an open house you met them at 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd say, oh, let's hurry on, get them into the system. So all the email addresses that you have, no matter where they are, we want to get them in, get them nurtured and protected, right? And I believe Krista and Michelle, they put their database inside of yours too, right, Bev?
What was that?
Do they have their own database, or are they putting all their contacts in yours?
Wait a minute, it's noisy in here.
I'm sorry.
Try that for a third time.
Okay, my question is, does Krista put all her contacts in your database?
Yes.
For the
Mhm.
team. Okay, that's great. That's
Right.
the best
The
way to
team
work
ha-
it.
Yeah,
Okay, now what we mentioned before was content that is engaging, okay? And if I was there in front of a typical crowd, I would say, wouldn't you want to talk to 15, 20 people that are looking for down payment money? Well, yeah, I would. This is what we call a predictive article. You only open this article up if you're interested in finding down payment money. Now, you might have some new state program out of Harrisburg or something like that, and you want to get in touch with these people because you know they're interested in finding down payment money. And we dispel some myths all the time, which is, you and I know you don't need 20% down payment anymore for a mortgage. But some people still think that. So we shoot that down. We find out exactly when they open that article. Now, the next one, which is something that you guys could run with today, 7 out of 10 homeowning families that you know right now aren't listing their house. They're not even engaging themselves in thinking about a buy or sell because they don't know how much money they can get out of this house, okay? If they have to wait and go to Zillow and try to find that out, you're going to lose them. We want you to do more CMAs for these people because 30 seconds after somebody opens this article, you're going to get notified. And you're going to say, well, why do I care? Well, don't you want to talk to a bunch of people that are trying to find out how much equity they have in their home? Then maybe they'll actually list their house with you because you're so helpful. So that's what our theme is here, using content to build relationships, nurture them, get intelligence on them, and protect them. We're very good at that. No one's got this content philosophy in the industry like us. Most realtors, and you've seen this over the years, they'll be throwing chicken pot pie recipes and moving day tips out there, right? We don't get into that. We also very good at taking consumers from your Home Actions newsletter to specific parts of your website. So if you have my website, property search, my listings, whatever, we'll build links to them from the newsletter. Because the average consumer, if I was in the room there right now, I'd have you do a show of hands. How many people think they got 5 website visitors in the last week? They wouldn't put their hands up. They wouldn't know where to go and find that out. So unless you have a strategy to consistently get in front of people with good content, it's not going to work for you. If you're using, Lou, are you giving anybody the Sync CRM there, or are they on their own for CRMs? You're still on mute, Lou?
Sorry.
That's
Yep,
okay.
we, our agents do have the Sync CRM program to
Okay,
utilize for their database and their contact management.
right. So for right now, we could get all your contacts that are in Sync out into Home Actions. We can get all your Home Actions contacts into Sync. And starting in the middle of December, we're going to have this program called Zapier, which is going to allow for seamless integration of the databases. So really, you're only going to be looking at one database inside of Sync, yet it populates your Home Actions, and Home Actions can populate back into Sync. That's going to be a lot of fun and make things a lot easier for nurturing all these relationships. So when I was showing you before, Megan, you're still there? Megan, you on mute? All right, anyway, she said she might have to go. But anyway, so we put this article in for Megan every 2 weeks. We go into her RPR and we pull out recent sales, what's going on with the market, including where things have been, days on market. It's a really cool report. And we attach it to these blue buttons. And this is just an example of somebody else over in Jersey, I think. But the idea here is give consumers what they want. Everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. So when they click the blue button, click here, up is going to come a report, and you're going to get notified that somebody's digging into your RPR reports. You'd say, why do I care? Well, if somebody's spending this much time and effort to learn about the market, they might be interested in the market. And we want you to know that. So you can follow up with an email or a phone call or a text. Just get in front of them because you know what's on their mind right now. You know what's on their mind, a couple hours ago. Now, how many people could honestly tell me how many market reports are going out, that you can get these market reports through your website? How many market reports are going out with your name on it? Does anybody have an idea? I didn't think so. Didn't think so. Eric, I could see you nodding to the negative there, right? Okay, so what we do is similar to how we treat the content in RPR, we have you give us a bunch of zip codes and we build this article. Hi, Cammie, how's the market? When they click on the Q&A, they're going to get a whole bunch of zip codes. When they click on their zip code, here comes their snapshot that you see on the right-hand side. You guys have access to some nice market data You just don't know how to get it into their hands. We know how to do that, okay? And you, first off, if you're going to think about sending people these reports yourself, you need their zip code. So the average ROG agent using our system has 585 contacts in there. You think they have 585 zip codes on their clients? No way. This is why we designed this. You just tell us where you want to be an expert, click on this, this, and this, and those reports are going to open up. Now, something else we launched a couple months ago is the what we call the Small Business Showcase, where we help the agent improve their public relations, because we'll work with the agent to promote small mom and pop businesses in their main street, if you will. And what I mean by that is the Italian deli, the hardware store, the beauty salon. We'll build web pages inside, or not web pages, but web directory inside the newsletter, so the agent can continually keep his name going out there, and then hopefully scoring some referral points on the back end, right? Because this agent's going out of his way to promote the small mom and pops. There's no charge for this. We do it for you. Why? Because it works. Every realtor could use better public relations in the local area. Now, you could also bring in your roofer, your contractor, your Angie's List, right? Lou, they all have a mortgage rep somewhere, he or she. We could put those articles in the newsletter. The agent owns the first 6 articles in every newsletter. If they only use 1, 5 go away, ours move up, okay? So there's always room for you to add anything you want, such as new listings, just solds, testimonials, new mortgage program. Now, what you'll see here is, this is sort of a summation of what we actually portray you to be. You guys really care about homeownership and homeowners. What we do for that is portray you as an advocate. So on the left-hand side down the bottom there, you'll see the dangerous products that were recalled this morning, today. This updates every day by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Now, Mary Ann Toto, were you on the Consumer Product Safety Commission's website today to see what dangerous products your clients might have? You don't even know where you would go to find that out. No, we do it because you know what? It makes you look different. It makes you look cool. You know what's going on in every home out there. How about the top there? All the IRS scams. They're all starting first part of this year, right? Trying to rip off senior citizens, right? With all these tax scams. We're tracking them all. On the right there down the bottom, credit score apps. They may not be worth it. How many times have you sat down with a client and said, well, how's your credit? And they go, oh, Credit Karma says I'm a 750. But by the time they get to FICO, they're a 640. So where's the departure here? Where's the middle and the meet in the middle? All these score apps, they're asking for lots of information to give you what is not clearly a credit score. It's an idea of one. So we want your readers to know that Credit Karma versus FICO, not the same thing. Okay, next one. At the end of every article, when somebody opens up these articles, you're going to find out who opened the newsletter, who opened the articles, and then about 15% of them are going to actually reply to you to tell you how well they either liked or did not like that article. Look at that 4th one down there. Do you know somebody thinking about buying or selling a home? We all know you're not going to get any referrals unless you ask for the referrals, right? So every article, every open is a chance at a referral from your client that you've been helping for years now manage their house because you have home actions. So we're using content, we're using feedback, we're giving you intelligence on what's going on. And so far, everything I've shown you, your consumers will not see a newsletter from another agent. So if Lou has BettyJane@AOL.com in his database, and Lynn Martelli tries to put the same email address in, not going to work. Email addresses can only be put in our system once. There's parts in northern New Jersey, Lou, I was telling you this with Weichert up there in New Jersey. There's entire chunks we don't sell anymore into because we have all the email addresses are gone. They're all taken up. And there's the one in particular in Sparta, New Jersey, the #1 office in the Weichert system totally. We've got about 25 agents using it there. And we have, I think on average, about 2,100 contacts per agent. There's 25 agents in the office. There's only a population of 6,000 in Sparta, New Jersey. So we got not only the town, but all the towns around it. And so this is why there's a first mover advantage to get your database built in and protected. I'll throw a couple seconds here at our integration with social media. You'll never run out of good content. Either the whole article can go on social media, your whole newsletter can go on social media, or our library with over 1,200 articles. And you can go in here, grab an article, take it right to social media. They're good articles, they're resourceful, they're engaging. They're not, you won't see chicken pot pie recipes in our system here. And if you're looking for that, I don't have it, because that's not what they're opening these days. This is just an example of somebody put their newsletter or one of their articles right on Facebook. Takes about 10 seconds. Now, the real fun part is Lou alluded to a little while ago. You get to know all the activity as to what's going on inside of the database. So for this agent, we sent out 1,336 emails, 615, we call it uniques. Somebody opened it at least once. But half of those 615 are opening it multiple times because they want to save articles, they want to read it later on. Maybe it's too long for them to read right now. They save your name and your email address and your subject line in their inbox. And like you and I do, we go up 500 times a day down our email. Impression, 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 impression. That's what we're all about. Getting you stuck in their inbox. Now, is that the most valuable outreach you can do? No, but it sure helps. And I'm telling you, multiple impressions add up. People remember your name. And when they see this coming every 2 weeks, they expect good content. You give it to them. Over on the right, you'll see 58 total trigger articles. Those are alerts we set for this agent. 28 people wanted to know what's sold down the street in the middle there. About 9 or 10 of those are actively doing their own research, but they're doing it in front of you, not behind your back on Zillow and Realtor.com. Okay, we want them getting all their information about real estate and home ownership from you, not from the KW agent down the street, not from Century 21, because you know what? We're not going to those offices to sell this. Why? Because I shook Lou's hand and said, Lou, we're not going to go and investigate working with any of the vendors or any of the other brokerages in your area down there. So you got a couple months before you see KW agents using this program. And they've got this new thing called Command, artificial intelligence. It's not working. The greatest, the biggest brand we have right now coming at us just out of the blue are KW agents who are saying, I'm getting rid of that command thing. It's not working. Okay. And we have a proven system. It's been around for years and years. Now, engagement reports. Who's your frequent flyers? Who's opening up everything we're sending? There's about 10 or 12 different metric reports you can get inside the system. Now, when I mentioned Zillow a little while ago, we know that your clients run to Zillow because these are the reasons on the right that Zillow claims that they got the best neighborhood information. Well, some of it's right, some of it's wrong. So what we did was we went out, tried to clean it all up, and we built this widget, which is an article inside the newsletter. It comes in every newsletter that we send out. What this does is it enables your reader to pull up information on the front door, if you will, behind the door or in front of the door, 150 million street addresses, okay? This is the coolest neighborhood widget you're ever going to see in real estate. We've got it. We're making some improvements now. So what happens is the consumer just says, hey, I'm looking at 59 Hillock Woods. Well, that could be Lou Muscella's listing he has, right? So they type in 59 Hillock Woods. This report opens up immediately on their screen, 150 million database records, okay? Opens up on the screen. Lou gets a text or an email that says, hey, Betty Jane Wilson just clicked on 59 Hillock Woods. Hey, that's my listing, pretty good. She's now going to spend about 6 minutes digging into this report. So demographics on the right-hand side, single family, how many square feet, when it was built, recent sales nearby. Now, these aren't comps, these are just recent sales, okay? Because everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. Then we get into rent versus own, tax information, the average tax bill, cost of living, income levels in the neighborhood. A real deep view, deep dig, we call it, into any neighborhood anywhere in the country. And then we get into the schools. We don't tell them which school they're going to go to. We just tell them where the schools are. And then they get into like, well, what's the neighborhood like? Well, we know where we're going to go for happy hour. We know where we're going to go for fine dining. We know where we can go to Petco for pet supplies. Where are the dog walkers, the animal hospitals? You guys should realize, and maybe you already do, half of your clients have pets. So you're now a pet-friendly realtor. You didn't know you were until 2 minutes ago because you know everything about pets now. And then what places we're going to work out if you're into physical fitness, where you're gonna get your tattoos removed, where you're gonna get your hair done. You'll notice this is all within 2, 3, 4 miles of any address in the country. Okay, nobody can touch anything like this. We get this data from about 5 different sources and put it all together. And you can put this widget on your social media too, and just give it away to everybody on Facebook if you want. And if you have to live near a Starbucks, well, we know where all the Starbucks are in relation to any address in the country. Now, when I mentioned that you own the first 5 articles, you really do 5 or 6, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's 6. We let you own those articles. So all you have to do is call us and say, hey, Al, MLS ID number 1234. Boom, we put a listing article in your newsletter and we'll tell you who opened it. On the right here, how's the neighborhood around 1929 Holly, whatever address? We can show you, we'll do this for you. Pull up one of those neighborhood 360 reports, right? And then we'll put it right on your newsletter. Because if they want to really dig into this listing, they want to know how the neighborhood is, right? And you're going to know they know how the neighborhood is because they open, clicked, and shared whatever they wanted here. Then at the end of this, there's another article, which is the Neighborhood Navigator. Tell me what my house is worth. This is probably one of the best leads you can get. This is the CoreLogic AVM, most expensive one out there, most accurate though. And on the right-hand side, they have to tell us why they want this report. Of course, you see this too. Now, if you already have a What's My Home Worth button on your website, we'll get rid of this and link to that, okay? Because that keeps them in the fold of what you've got when it comes to ROG's website. Okay, what's after this is sort of wrapping up now. At the end of the day, we know what to send, we know when to send it, we know how to send it, okay? We've been doing sends for a lot of time. We send out about 5 million a month. We know how to create these conversation starters for you, and we know how to make sure to keep out Keller Williams, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, anybody else, any agents in the room there, any agents on this call can't attack your database once it's in the system. Because those email addresses, again, can only be used once, okay? So we wrap all this up into what we call a subscription. And there's 2 ways that you can get our subscription product, on a monthly payment plan and a quarterly payment plan. The first thing I wanted to show you is, a week ago when I was talking with Lou about doing this, he said, Al, make sure my agents don't pay that setup fee. And I said, well, that's what we're charging. We got a couple hours into an agent to get them up and running. So I guess I lost the conversation. So setup fee is now waived. So you don't have to pay the $99 setup fee. What we're asking you to do is pay $60 for a newsletter every 2 weeks. No contract, cancel at any time, walk away anytime, get your data back anytime. In the first month, if you cancel, you get your money back. So you can, in essence, what we say is try the $60 one out. At the end of the month, the first month, you're going to have 2 newsletters on the street. If you don't like what you see, if you don't feel the buzz, I didn't do my job, and I'm pretty good at my job. I don't fail very often by having an agent say, Al, it's just not working. Well, this works. We all know in the back of our minds that numbers, improving your numbers this way will work. You just don't have a system. And Lou's telling me that, hey, my system's pretty cool for him. Mike's telling me that. Bev's telling me that. Megan's telling me that. Must be true, right? That's why they're called endorsements. But I didn't pay them to do this. So the monthly plan is $60 per month. Normally it's $69. So that's $720 for the year. You can also look at the quarterly plan, which is $160 every 3 months, okay, which comes out to about $52.50 a month. So the idea here is cash flow wise, take the 60, and at the end of the first month, second month, you can move to the 160 if you want. If you're confident this thing's going to work for you immediately right out of the gate, and I'm telling you that's okay, you can start at the 160. So when you want to equalize both of them, the 160 turns out to be $640 for the year. The other one is $720. So that difference is $80. So the quarterly plan is $80 cheaper than the monthly plan over the year. Okay. And again, there's no cancellation problems. There's money back guaranteed if you want it, but there's no contract. And then at the end of the day, you've got a program budgeted at 60 per month, and then take that forever and forever and forever as long as you want. And I don't think we had any cancellations in the office there. Did we, Lou?
We did not.
Yeah.
They did not.
And no one ever
No.
came to you and said, hey, Albert from Scranton ripped me off, right? I don't think, that would,
Nobody ever said you ripped them off. That's for
that
sure.
would be Lou's phone number on my phone at midnight if he heard that one. No, we take care of you guys. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start setting up, because we have so many agents there, we're gonna start setting up intensive training sessions. I'm gonna come down and buy lunch for everybody, hang around on the big screen, and then show you, really how to fire this thing up. But for starting purposes now, cash flow wise, 60 is better than 160, or whatever you want to do, in and out. You get started A, move to B. Now, how many do we have on the call here now? Hold on a second. We got 11 on here. I'm trying to see. Leanne, you're not a current subscriber, are you?
Leanne is.
Leanne is? Okay, John Bond. All right, so it looks like Roz Gilbert is. Roz, are you in? But I'm trying to see all those that aren't in that might want to take a shot at this, because I think I could maybe lower the price a little bit more.
No, I'm not in, but I would like to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
Hey,
right.
give us
so-
your give us your best price, Al.
All
Come
right,
on.
let me write the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I'm gonna beat you up a little bit more too.
Well, as long as I
'Cause
know,
you
it's
know I
coming,
do
that's
that.
okay. It's a good thing we're virtual. I won't get the punches.
So you're offering something out there for everybody new to sign up. Anybody who's already a subscriber that may be in a program where they're paying more than this. How about we honor them with the better pricing? Can we do that?
If I'm an FOL, a friend of Lou, I might be able to swing something like that.
Well, you are a
Everybody
friend of Lou.
call me. I can't deal with it today, but yeah, we can cut you a deal on that price. So here's what I'm gonna do, Lou. If I can get 7, let's see, we got 7 and 5.
Somebody's got their microphone off mute and
Yeah,
it's loud
please
over
do,
there. Can you mute everybody?
If we can get seven agents to subscribe, Lou, I'll take that down to 55.
Sold.
If we can get 7 people, we take it down to 55, no setup fee, and I'll throw in a 13th month for free.
Sold.
Sold. Now, Lou, I don't know, I'm looking at a list here of attendees. I've got John, Lou, Bev, Leanne, Megan, Roz, and then Donna, Erica, Lynn, and Mary Ann. So I'll tell you what, why doesn't everybody just, those of you who want the program, here's the page right
Hey,
here.
Al.
Yeah,
Al,
Lou.
can you mute everybody? There you go.
Oh, we lost him.
Where's Al?
He's talking, but I don't think he really.
Well, you're muted now, Al.
Wow, okay, I'm back.
There you go. That's better.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
So what I'd like to, everybody that wants to try this out, hit me at that 510-3507 number. I'll call you. You don't even need an order form. We could just do it over the phone. Takes about 2 minutes to sign up. So if we get 7, we'll take it down to $55, saving you another $60. So in essence, here's the deal that Lou cut. You're saving the $99 on the setup fee, and the monthly fee is normally $79, but you're getting it for $55, 65, 75, that's 25. That's $250 plus 99. You're saving over $300 with Lou's deal. Okay. And there's a reason we don't have a special running in December. Here's why. Every agent in the country wants to do a better job of staying in touch come January 1. You guys are smart enough to be doing this in November, but in December, they come to us, they will pay anything. And I'm not saying we rip them off grossly, but we charge full price in December because we can get it. Why? Because our program is that good. They're anxious to get a program running. So $55 would be the strike price. That's all it costs to prove out that this thing works. So everybody hit me at that number. I didn't get any text recently. So
I'll call you right now.
So what you want to do is hit me at that 510-3507. I'll call you back. If we can get 7, then it turns to $55. If we don't get 7, we'll come very close to it. Okay.
Hey, Al,
Yeah, Lou.
Also, there's a number of folks who reached out to me directly that were not able to be on the call that wanted me to send this recording out because they do want to see it and they
Oh,
are
okay.
interested.
I'll have it sent
So-
to you in about 5 minutes after we're done here, Lou.
Perfect. So I'm sure we'll get some more contact.
Yeah, just tell them they gotta, and it's not a threat, but they gotta sign up by midnight November, right?
Yep.
And that ends tonight.
Al, could you just put that number up again? I just want to make sure I have it.
I'm sorry.
John, this one's for you. Again, verify your socials correct. You're going to enable.
This one right here,
Thanks.
okay? So just give me a call and I'll call you back. We'll answer some questions. I've got an order form here. I just put your credit card down and
Can I
then,
send you,
go ahead,
can
Lou.
I send a text?
Yeah, text is fine.
I'm sending that to you now.
All right. Who's that, please?
John Bond.
John, okay, got it, John. Lenny, you got any questions? Lenny Martelli about the rock and roll band stuff? I don't know if I can help you.
I'm gonna try to digest this for a couple minutes and I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, all right.
I'm good. All right, I'm going.
Wait, I gotta mute him again. Hold on a second. All right, there it is. They're quiet now. Okay, Lou, you got the floor. You want any other questions, you think?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to say, listen, everybody on the call and everybody's going to watch this, right? Al's putting a nice price packet together here. And, I want you to realize I would not be promoting this if I really didn't think it was something that's going to benefit you. We've used this for many years, and your database, no matter how big or how small it is the key to your business.
It's your
And the
data
biggest-
bank, Lou. We're using that word these days, data bank.
All right, your data bank, right? And the reality of it is people do not do a good job, if any at all, in staying in touch with their people. And this is a way to simply do that. And like I said, kind of set it and forget it if you want to. And the nice thing about it is it's quality content. It's not junk information. It's not recipes, like Al said. It's all information that homeowners or those looking to buy a home would be interested in. So, to me, for the cost of this, which is minimal, and again, remember, it is a tax write-off. It's a no-brainer for anybody that is in this business and needs some way of staying in contact with their people on a regular basis. And this is every 2 weeks. You can't get more regular than that. So
Yeah, if
I'm a
anybody's
huge
thinking about,
fan.
Lee, if somebody's thinking about a tax deduction, we get you that receipt for, if you want to go with the
Yep.
quarterly plan, you can lock up that money, anytime you want.
Yep. Yep. It's a great program. I'm a big fan of it, and I totally support it. So thank you, Al.
Okay, yeah. Unless there's any other questions, you can get on with your day. You've got my phone number. I'll put it up there one more time. There it is. And like I said, we're looking to get 7 new agents, come back and do some training, and obviously make it worth it. Because if you're not getting the value out of it, I'm not taking your money. Okay. So
Al,
that
can I ask a
promise.
quick question?
Go ahead, please.
So I'm new and I'm working on my database. I kind of have things all over the place. So can you talk to me about like what the process of getting
Yeah.
that all together is?
Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna log in, you're going to log into your Gmail. I'm gonna be on the phone. And I'm gonna
Okay.
say, Mary Ann, click here, 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 save that as an Excel spreadsheet, send it to me. We're gonna go
Okay.
into Bright, although you probably don't have people in the MLS yet.
Mhm.
Does your phone back up to the iCloud? Do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody that's got email addresses in your iCloud, we're gonna get them out. Do you have an
Okay.
old Hotmail AOL account?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Everybody that ever emailed you in those systems, or you have ever emailed, is a contact.
Mhm,
Okay, so we're gonna get those out and get them all cleaned up and put together, take out the duplicates, show you which
Okay.
ones are bad. Because Mary Ann, 10% of your entire database is gonna be bad, but you
Mhm.
don't know right now which 10% it is. We're gonna
Right,
tell you
okay.
that.
Okay.
So we're gonna work with you to go into all the places where you have email addresses and easily
Okay.
export them, throw them on a spreadsheet, send them in. And then we're gonna send you back all this data and say, is there anybody that you want to take out? You might have an enemy in there, right? I doubt you would, but my point is, you get total
Right.
control as to who goes into the system.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay.
All
Sounds
right?
good.
What'd you
Yes,
do before this,
thanks.
Mary Ann?
I actually have another business. I have a heating, air conditioning and commercial refrigeration business.
Okay.
So I have contacts from there also.
Sure, that's fine. Anybody
Yeah.
that's got, that's a soccer mom, you're involved
Mhm.
with your church and you've got the list
Yeah.
of all that, we could work on getting all those lists in. They're all valuable.
Okay. All right, great. Thank
Okay?
you.
Next
Yep.
question, please, or if that's it, we can shut down. Lou, and I'll send you a copy of this in about 10 minutes when I get it onto YouTube.
Yep.
And we'll go from there, but I appreciate the time you guys are spending with me today. Hope you learned something. I like saving you $300 and, because of your head honcho there, he drives a mean bargain, let me tell you. I wouldn't want to be in a bar fight with you, Lou.
Yeah, come on, that nose is getting browner every minute.
All right. I'm
Nah,
still getting my
thank you,
text
Al.
in. All right, guys. So if there aren't any more questions, give me a call. And then Len, when you want to give any more questions, Len, you've got my number there.
Great, thank you, Al. I'll
Okay,
be in
guys.
touch.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Awesome.
Thanks. Lou.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
Al.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Yep, bye-bye.